Hey there guys, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about why you should travel Puerto Rico. I'm Dan. I curate travel and adventure style vlogs along with videos about my life as a long-term budget traveler, and also create tips videos on how you can travel on a budget as well. And in this video I'm going to give you guys some reasons why I think you should make one of your next trips to Puerto Rico. I have actually done two separate extended trips to Puerto Rico. The first one was in 2017 for 6 months, and I kind of like started off my travels with that. That was in the very beginning of my travels. And the second one was just over a month ago. I ended it, and it was for 3 months in 2018, the end of 2018. I lived there for about 9 months in total, lived and traveled around the island. Now I'm gonna make this into more of like a pros and cons kind of list. Now, of course, like the pros far outweigh the cons. I figured that would be like a more fun way to do it. So let's, jump right into it. First pro, unfortunately this does not apply to everyone. If you are a U.S. citizen, you can actually travel there and stay as long as you want because it is a U.S. territory. So you don't even need a passport if you're a U.S. citizen to go there, which is really awesome. And you don't have to worry about visas or anything. You can go there and you can work and you can make money and stay as long as you want. So that's been a big plus for me since I've spent so much time there that when I do go, I can just go on a one-way flight and stay as long as I want, and I don't have to worry about visas or anything like that. So that is like a huge pro for me personally, and if you are also from the United States, that could be very beneficial for you as well. Not to mention that flights from the US to Puerto Rico are like crazy cheap. Like I flew from Denver, Colorado to San Juan, Puerto Rico in August for $118, and a friend of mine, I think, found a flight for like $103. So it's insanely cheap from bigger airports like Denver that has a lot of flights directly to San Juan, or even out of like Florida or something, or New York, or airports like that. You can get really cheap flights to San Juan, so it's not like expensive at all to get there. So the next thing is, at least for me, this is a huge one, and it's not really just applies to Puerto Rico, but anywhere in the Caribbean. Like the weather is generally really just fantastic. I mean, it's basically always between 80 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, of course, and the sun's pretty much always out. Like you do get afternoon thunderstorms, but I like the fact that I just wear the same wardrobe every single day: shorts, a t-shirt, flip-flops. That's it. Wear some sunglasses because it's very bright there. But yeah, I mean, the weather is utterly fantastic, and if you like going on like adventures like I do, going to beaches and going on hikes and going to waterfalls and all that great stuff, then it is just so perfect for that. And the next thing is just like the amount of things there are to do, and I feel like I've lived and traveled there for 9 months, and I feel like I've just kind of just scratched the surface of what you can do. I mean, just in San Juan, if you like to do like nightlife and stuff like that, it's great for that. There are nice beaches in San Juan. And then also Old San Juan, I feel like I spent so many days just wandering around with my camera, just taking photos and just like seeing cool stuff. There's great like restaurants and cafes and all kinds of museums and stuff like that in San Juan that you can see. And then out of there, just so many great beaches on the north coast as well as the west coast, or like Rincon, Cabo Rojo, are absolutely beautiful. And then you got all the mountains in the interior, tons of cool waterfalls you can go to. And not to mention, off the East Coast, you have the islands of Vieques and Culebra, which I've been to both, who are just incredibly beautiful and amazing for totally different reasons. Culebra is probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life, and Vieques has some of the best beaches like you'll just ever go to. So it is just really fantastic for things to do in nature, and just the amount of like natural beauty is just mind-boggling. And definitely some of the things I would highly recommend that you do. If you do go there, you have to go explore Old San Juan for a day or two and see the forts and just wander around the streets, because that right there is just awesome. One of my favorite places to just wander around and get lost. Definitely trying to hit up the west coast, like rent a car, drive to Rincon. The town's really cool there. That's like the farthest west point on the island is where the lighthouse in Rincon is. And you can head down to Cabo Rojo, really beautiful spot. That's also the farthest south you can go in Puerto Rico, so that's a super cool spot. El Yunque, the national rainforest, is pretty incredible. I know that still after Maria, over a year later when I was there were still a lot of trails that were not open yet, but there are a lot that are. So there's some cool waterfalls in El Yunque, like Charco Frio and Charco del Hippie. I know those are two of them that I know of. Vieques and Culebra, you have to get out there. You can take the ferry from Ceiba now, and go to Vieques and Claver on like 2 separate trips, spend a few days there each, and there's just so much to do. The Bio Bay in Vieques is amazing, and Claver is just so beautiful that it just like took my breath away. Things you should be aware of before you go. It is somewhat expensive, and when I say expensive, I obviously mean for food. Food is definitely more costly than it is in the main land United States, and for good reason. Everything is imported from the States, and it's an island in the Caribbean. And the other thing is there's 11.5% sales tax on everything, so that really kind of that's kind of a lot, like more than any state that I've been to, when it's only like 7% or something like that. So it is a bit more. When budgeting, I have to be a bit more conscious there, and also there's some things that I just like don't buy because it just costs too much. Generally speaking, I'd say going and shopping at supermarkets are probably your best bet, and just trying to find cheap things that you can make a lot of different meals with. And you can get some like fruit for pretty affordable, like mangoes and apples and kiwis and bananas like that are pretty affordable. So you can definitely get by. Just certain things are just very expensive, so just be aware of it. Now, one more thing I wanted to talk about is transport and getting around, because in San Juan the public transport is actually really good. They have a bus system that goes like everywhere in the city, and also Uber is pretty fantastic and very affordable in San Juan. So that is one thing that it's pretty amazing. Like, you can get around very easily and very affordably if you're inside of San Juan. Now, it gets a bit more tricky when you get outside of San Juan, outside of the city, because public transport is definitely lacking, I would say. Like, it's not as good as other countries I've been to, essentially. Now, you can, like, get an Uber or hire, like, a private driver if you want to, say, go from, like, San Juan to, like, Fajardo or Ceiba or something, or Luquillo, but it's going to cost you, if it's just you by yourself, you're going to spend between, like, $40 and $60, which is a lot of money. So it's best to do that with other people as well and split the price. I've done that before from Fajardo to San Juan for, like, $50 and threw it with 5 people. And I think with a tip, we spent like $12 each, so that wasn't so bad. There are public buses I know that you can take from Rio Piedras, which is on like the outside of San Juan, to different places around the island. I know you can take like Fajardo and stuff, but they're not like super reliable, but they are pretty affordable from what I understand. Or you could just rent a car, which from my personal experience, I think is the #1 best thing to do if you're planning on going on the island, is just rent a car in San Juan, do your loop, and then come back and return it. Or you can actually return it at a different location too, which is what I did with a friend of mine. Rented a car in San Juan, did a road trip to the west coast, came back to San Juan, and then returned it in Fajardo because we took the ferry over to Vieques. Just a few reasons why I think you should travel to Puerto Rico, and also some tips and things about, you know, budgeting and what you can do, and, you know, transportation, all of that. Absolutely love it, and I'll probably go back again at some point because it's just a fantastic place, and it's kind of like every time I go back I end up liking it even more than I did before. So I'd highly recommend it. If you do like this video, definitely like it below, leave a comment. I'll get back to you with any questions you have, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more travel style vlogs and budget travel tips videos and videos like this as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.